Yay! Hello, guys. Welcome to the Breaking Ground Women Mining, the podcast where we amplify voice and stories shaping the mining industry. In your host, Mugwa Priscilla. Today, we're exploring how academia is playing a pivotal role in empowering women in the mining industry. Joining us are three remarkable guests I have here. We have Sara Peterson, PhD student in the mining and geological engineering.
Hey.
Yes, Sara. And then next to Sara, we have ISAC Leiterman, master student in mining and geological engineering. Welcome, Isaac.
Thank you.
And then our last guest, the third one is Nilufer Akbutlu. How did you say your name?
Nilufer Akbulut.
I like that. Yes. Our PhD candidate in the mining and geological engineering. Yes. Applaud to our remarkable guests. So they will share the experience as a student and researcher. So let's say it again for you guys. All students here, all guests here right now, they will share the experience as a student and all the research they have done, and also how the challenges they face in their academic work, and also those in inclusivity mining industry. So we're going to start first with Sara. And before I start with Sara, I will just first of all say welcome to the show, guys. Welcome to the show.
Oh.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
thank you.
us.
Yeah, thanks for inviting us.
Okay, so we're going to start first by try to getting to know each other. So who you are, what kind of work you guys doing, and things like that.
Cool.
And also, what inspired you to pursue a career in the mining geological engineering? And each one can talk about it. You guys take your time, huh?
All right.
We're going to start with Sara.
Cool. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about you, and also why do you choose mining industry? Why?
So as a grad student rather than undergrad. So my undergrad was not in mining engineering. I started in geology, and so I did geology at the U of A, and then really liked the practical application of geology rather than more the theoretical academic application. So I ended up going into geotechnical engineering, which is basically every time you put a building in one place, you need to drill on the ground and make sure that it's not going to fall over.
Yeah.
And so I did field work for that for a while, and then I went to the mining industry. And in the mining industry, I did basically the same thing, except I looked at rocks rather than soil. And then after that, I realized that I wanted to know more, and my undergrad had not really given me a great basis in the mining engineering particularly, or that how geology applied to mining engineering and mining in general. And so went back specifically for mining engineering with an advisor that then had a focus in geology. And so now I'm very happy. So it worked out great.
This is great. And what about you, Isaac?
Yeah, similar to Sara, I didn't do my undergrad in mining engineering. I was actually math and geology. And I like both aspects from both of those, and I kind of wanted to combine them. So I landed on doing mining engineering, and now I'm doing some incredible work here at the U of A, and I'm enjoying every moment of it.
We like to hear that. It's incredible. Okay.
What about you, Nelly?
What about you, Neil?
Me? Oh my god. I have
You're
like
good.
I have like a little bit of a longer story. Like,
Yeah.
I actually first of all, I do come from a mining engineer background. I got my undergraduate in mining. And the reason I did that, I realized I liked working with rocks a little bit, but I also kind of like the math and engineering stuff too when I was in high school. And I discovered that a mining engineering exists in high school. I was like, wait, I can do this. It's like, it has the math and the engineering, but also kind of like the geology aspect of it. So I was like, that's cool. I can do that. And I liked it so much that I was like, I can even do grad school on this. So
I have a follow-up question on that. How specifically did you find out that mining engineering was a thing for both of you guys?
Yeah.
Actually, mine is like that. That will be a good story because completely random, and I think I hear that a lot. Like either you have someone in the family, which I think Isaac does, but he'll tell that. but for me, it was like my grandparents. So I'm half Turkish, half American, and whenever I visited my family in America in summers, they would take me on like trips to somewhere. And then this time it was in Colorado, near Golden, and we visited this like abandoned mine. Yeah, it was pretty cool. And I was like, so what is this place? It's an abandoned mine. What does that mean? It means this. Da-da-da-da. And I was like, oh, so there's like a whole profession and industry in this thing. So that's how I discovered in high school and thought I could do it.
Cool.
This is great.
Yeah, so I grew up in Wisconsin. There's not that much mining there. It's mainly like limestone mining, which is pretty boring, not gonna lie. But I do have a family member, my uncle. He's a geologist and he works in the mining industry. And he's the reason that I got into the geology side. And then I really still liked math, so I added that on, and then that's just kind of how I ended up in the mining engineering. Because I get to combine both of those aspects, and the research that I do, I really enjoy. So
Okay, this is great. So here on this documentary, we're talking about this podcast too. We're talking about women in mining, more academia aspect, right? So, and I know you are not a woman, but we need you.
We need you with the right
Yes.
happy to help.
We need your thought. And I just want to hear, like, each of you guys about your academic journey, and also what kind of research you guys doing, if you can talk a little bit about it. So we're going to start with Sara.
Everybody loves talking about their research.
Yeah, I guess, do you want the research specifically, or?
Yeah, about your research and also just your journey, your academic journey. How do you feel when you start doing this and things like that? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess it's a little different from undergrad to grad from in geology. I really enjoy geology. I didn't know, but geology is a very broad field, so I didn't know where to start initially. And so
The beginning.
Yeah. I definitely I went from structural geology. I really thought I was going to be a structural geologist, and then realized I didn't quite like that, and then wanted to do mineralogy, and then realized that that was very complicated. And I liked the chemical part of it, but not the actual chemical structure. And so I ended up going a half and half, where I really like geometallurgy. But by the time I had found geometallurgy, I ended up graduating. So geometallurgy is kind of the process, the combination of geology and mining, where it looks at the shape of the ore bodies, like how you define an ore body, what it means to mine, and like what kind of mining you're going to be doing based on that ore body. And so I realized I liked that, and then left. And so when I came back, I had a lot of questions that needed to be answered. And so I found I really enjoyed the department and what I was doing, I guess.
I think that's a big part. Everybody really likes the department.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
I do.
I
love our
outliers.
department.
Yeah, I love our
I enjoy
department,
department.
Yeah.
We better say we love it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I really enjoyed it. I just had a bunch of questions to be answered. And then, yeah, I guess I work in chalcopyrite leaching. So essentially, you could say that mining is a baked cake. You have a baked cake in the ground, and you're trying to extract the eggs out of it. And
Interesting. Yeah, that's a really good, interesting way to put it. Yeah.
yeah, so I work on getting the eggs out of the cake, that process.
Yeah, it's good. And also, what do you think is the biggest opportunity for women in mining today, and how do you see the field changing in the future?
I think the women in our department, I think I see, are doing a really great job expanding what it means to be a mining engineer. I think, and the mining engineering definition has been very small and focused